Hey everyone, it is the Charming Giraffe, and today we are going to do another comparison. This will be with leftover paint. So I've got a cup of leftover paint using Floetrol as the pouring medium. These have been sitting for a couple days. And then I've got a cup of paint with paint mixed with Mixed Media Girl pouring medium. I marked the top so I could remember what it was. So MMG LOP is leftover paint. And then this one said FLO for Floetrol. So Mixed Media Girl just released her pouring paints. It may be available for pre-sale or actually shipping now, depending on when this video goes up. I'll have the link in the description below so you can get yours. There's a lot more paint in this cup than there is in this cup, but we're gonna just make it work. We're just gonna do tree rings since this is leftover paint. Typically there's not a lot of air bubbles to make cells. And typically for tree rings, you don't want that anyways. So that works out well. Don't want to do like a technique where you're like wanting to get cells with leftover paint because the likelihood of you getting those cells are slim to none. So don't want to intentionally do that and then be wildly disappointed at the end. This is definitely not enough paint, but we're just gonna have to make it work. I'm gonna speed this up because I'm gonna let this kind of drip out as much as possible. Let that sit for a minute while we pour this one out. Also, I'm pretty sure this table is not level, so just be prepared for that. Ooh. This one's also a lot thinner. I don't think I mixed that as thin as it needed to be completely honest. But mixing with the Mixed Media Girl pouring medium is like a million times better than mixing with Floetrol. Like just the process. I'll link the video where I did these original pieces in the description as well, just so you can see the difference. Her pouring medium, oh, I got one drip, takes all the guesswork out of it for the most part. A lot less guesswork than the Floetrol. So I'm gonna go ahead and tilt this. Again, there's not a lot of paint on here, so this is gonna take a minute to kind of stretch out to get the full coverage. That one pretty much. Again, tons of stretching because I didn't have enough, but I love how the middle kind of expanded with all the little drips that I did out of the cup. So now I'm going to tilt this one. This is with the Mixed Media Girl pouring medium mixed with the paints. I'm gonna go ahead and start on this corner because it's already kind of going off this direction anyways. And as you can see, this flows a lot better. And for these paints, they're all mixed with just the Mixed Media Girl pouring medium, and then some have, actually just the yellow had a little, I think, just the yellow had a little bit of water in it. Everything else was just the pouring medium. But in that prior video that I'll link below, it shows me mixing it, so you can see exactly how it was mixed. Ooh, this one came out really dark. Cool, cool. So let them sit. You definitely can see the drip that dripped prior to the tree ring, or when I finished pouring the tree ring. You can see that there. But I really like this one. It, I've got paint all over my hands. I really like the one with the pouring paint, or the pouring medium, Mixed Media Girl pouring medium. Lots of dimension in that with the contrast with the yellows and the blacks. This one came out way too yellow for me. I'm not that big of a fan of yellow for it to be practically all yellow. So let me get these gloves off and then I will bring you in for a close-up. All right, here we are for the close-up. Here is the one using leftover paint mixed with Floetrol. So very yellowy, definitely still has some dimension, but just not enough, or some contrast, but not enough for my tastes personally. But I do love this center. This gives me an idea for a future pour. And then here is the one using Mixed Media Girl pouring medium. Lots of contrast, lots of depth from that contrast. For me, it just looks like a tunnel. Like you can just like walk right into the middle of this painting. With this black and yellow tones contrasting each other very nicely. There's the drip. Well, you want to try to avoid that, but I'm not worried about it. There's the middle, super cool looking. Let me know what you think of each of these pieces in the comments below, and if you have names, ideas for either of them, you can drop those there as well. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share, and do what makes you happy.